Hi everybody, this is Beth from Tailored Vinyl. I've had a lot of questions about how to create a gang sheet, so I'm going to show you tonight how to do that in Adobe Illustrator. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, there are other options. However, this is probably the best and the easiest option there is out there. You're going to start by creating a new file. You're going to have to kind of know what size you want. What I can tell you is that the width of the sheet has to be 22 inches long. And the height of the sheet can vary 24, 36, so on and so forth, all the way up to 120. I'm going to put 36 in here just as an option and say create. Once I'm in here, I can put anything in here I want to. It needs to have a transparent background. That is the most important thing that I'm going to say through this whole thing, and I'll say it over and over again. It has to have a transparent background. So I'm going to take some of my new designs that we have for DTFs, and I'll put these into into the Adobe. And I'm literally just dragging and dropping these in here, and then I'll go back and I'll fix them after the fact. So I've added quite a few here. In order to change the size, I'm going to move these off to the side. You'll see some are gigantic, some are small. In order to change the size, you go to transform. I want to make this 10 inches tall by whatever the width is. It doesn't really matter for me. And then I'm going to place it on my artboard. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to take it to transform, and I'm going to say I want it to be 10 inches by whatever that is. Do the same thing with this one, but I'm going to show you something. This design has extra space on either side, and if you'll notice that, that's a waste of space. So in Adobe, you can come up to the top and crop it. And when you do that, all you're doing is moving your empty space out of the way so that you're left with just the image, which is what you really want, because you want to get as much bang for your buck, and this is how you do that. So I'm going to take that one, go to transform again, make sure it's whatever size I want it to be. We'll say this one's going to be a 12 inch. Put it on my board. And we got this giant one. Same thing. We have some wasted space. There's not a lot, but it's wasted space. So before I do anything else, I'm going to come in and I'm going to crop it. I'm going to get it as close as I can to the designs, and I leave a little bit of space. A little bit's not horrible. It's when you have big gaps that really becomes an issue. I'm going to go to transform. Again, I'm looking for my biggest size. I'm going to make this one a 12 inch. And then I'm going to take this one. This one is perfect the way it is. I'm going to say transform. I'm going to leave it at 10.5 inches. This one, though, I'm going to rotate. And the reason I'm going to rotate it is because I don't want to waste any space if I can possibly help it. So I'm going to do this. Actually, I'm going to do this. You become a Tetris person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then you'll notice you have quite a bit of space left. Little spaces in different places. So I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to find this little pocket tee. Goes on the front of one of the shirts. I might find it. It's not cooperating. There it goes. I'm going to crop it because it is not cropped. And I'm going to zoom in so you can really see this. So you can see just how much I crop, how close I get to it. So I'm going to drag it and get it as close as I can. Say apply, transform, and I'm going to make it 4 inches. and then I'm going to start sticking it anywhere that I can, that it's not touching my other designs. That means all the way across, down here. Just like that. So now I'm done with it. This is my gang sheet. Now I want to export this. You don't save it as a PNG, you export as a PNG. So I'm going to say export as a PNG. I'm going to name it Beth's Gang Sheet. We're going to get that name off of here. Go to downloads. I'm going to save it in my downloads. It's already selected as a PNG. I'm going to say export. It needs to be high resolution. This does not matter. It needs to say transparent background, and then you're going to say OK. You'll notice there's a lot of little gray boxes on there. That's because it's going to be transparent. So now I'm going to come to my downloads, not my documents, my downloads, and I'm going to open this, and you're going to see how you know it's a transparent background. If you drag it off, nothing around any of the edges are white. That's what we need. So if we put it back on our artboard, you can see the white, but if you take it off of the artboard, there's no white. That's what we need. That's how you create a gang sheet in Adobe Illustrator.